And what we've got here, and we're going to walk you through, is an interactive demo of Forza, mixed up, if you will, with the next generation Xbox UI that we call the Xbox Guide. So in the demo, we start off with a race. It's a 4-player race where our gamer hero protagonist unfortunately comes in 4th place and crosses the finish line. And after hero protagonist crosses the finish line, who clearly is a Snow Crash fan, we end up in the garage, or the livery, if you will, where you can trick out your car. Now, what's interesting in this generation of Xbox games is that anything like an alert, a system alert that might happen, if you kick a cord or if you get a low battery or whatever, the game actually has to write the code that handles that. And so a lot of what we're talking about here at GDC is us, with the Xbox Guide, taking over that burden where we're responsible for the image, we're responsible for the text and localizing it and testing it and that kind of stuff. And it's just, more time that we can free up for developers to get to focus on their games. So, the more of that kind of thing that we can do, the more that we think games are going to be able to innovate inside their games, and the more consistency and creative opportunity we can give to our gamers as well. So that's one simple concept. Now this is where things start to get really interesting with the Xbox Guide as you move from alerts to the actual user interface. This is what we call the home page, which means it's context free. Nothing's happened. I just want to go do something. And in this particular case, what I'm going to do is go change the soundtrack that I'm listening to, and I'll walk through that in just a second. As I walk through the guide, I just want to hit a couple of the elements here. At the top, you'll see is a brief snapshot of what's called the gamer card. It's my gamer tag, hero protagonist. It's a quick shot of who I am, which is the gamer tile. The gamer score, which is an aggregate of achievements that I've accomplished across all games, online or offline. If I happen to be online, you'll see the star rating there, and that's the feedback that I've gotten from the community about what kind of gamer I am. The gamer zone, which is right below that, is a self-selected zone that I get to say, hey, I'm an aggressive player, I like to compete, or no, I'm more of a casual player, I don't want to really compete, I just want to hang out with folks. And then obviously where I'm from, and to create those conversations online. The next thing down on this is the friends, and the friends list is a pervasive element that most people will see in multiplayer games on live today. This will be something that you can get to from any game when you're on the Xbox Live service in a consistent way. I could see I have 8 friends online. Here I could go join them in a game. I could invite them to come play me in this game. I could just see what they're up to, see how deep into a game they are, all from this button right here. Quick access to my soundtrack and what I'm listening to. I'll bring that up in just a second. And then the mod shop, which is what we call the marketplace, and one of the things we talked a lot about yesterday in the keynote was a microtransaction system that we're going to create so that all games can add value after the initial sale of their game. So let's go into the soundtrack area, and one of the really cool new albums that's come out, and actually the #1 album in America right now, is 17 Days from 3 Doors Down. So coincidentally, we just did a game with Fame with these guys on Xbox Live, and we're going to pick one of the best songs off that album, Let Me Go. And it's pretty cool because when you add music to your experience, you continue to freshen it up, and you can imagine a world where this isn't just living on my system. I could go download this off of all kinds of different music services in the future too. That'd be pretty cool. So now here I am. I'm back in the garage, and I didn't really jump out of my experience per se. It was just kind of added side by side with my existing experience. So, I'm back in tweaking out my car, and now I get a notification from someone on the service that says, hey, I'd like to go race. Again, back putting my developer hat on, and what I worry about mostly with creating games for Xbox is we've taken this requirement of the notification, and we're taking care of that now. And how long it gets put up, where it gets put up. I talked a little bit about the gamer card. And you can see here in the gamer profile, which is an even deeper dive on the gamer, you can see that all the elements that you saw in that quick snapshot when you first brought it up. So it's interesting looking at my accolades, but it's a lot more interesting seeing on the community how deep people are going. So you see that gamer score and you go, hey, what the heck? What have they been playing? What achievements have they been able to pull off in each game? So now I've pulled up the gamer profile to get a quicker snapshot of Doomster. I can see that she's got 1,725 points. She's been on live since we launched it. and she's played a couple of games pretty deeply. Forza and Halo 2 in this particular instance. You can see she's played 11 games online for a total of 267 hours, which is quite a bit. And if you want to dive in and do a head-to-head comparison, you can. So you can see hero protagonist versus Doomster in this particular game with a head-to-head comparison of achievements that are available for that particular game. And you can see that Doomster's unlocked the fastest lap at Times Square, and hero protagonist has unlocked the Type S class challenge as well. So this gives you instant, ability to see the various things that you can unlock in a game. Again, for all games. So that gives you an idea of what the deeper dive looks like on the gamer card, and how some of those achievements can be compared head to head. Let me show you now what the marketplace might look like in the future. And again, this is completely made up in terms of what's actually in here. The concept is that we're giving a storefront, if you will, for developers and publishers to either give away online. You're going to see those changes just like you see here in this demo. So now I've tweaked that out, given a little visual edge, given a little wing edge to the car. Certainly looks a little bit different than it did in the garage, and of course I win the race. And I win in such a time that the game now awards me a new achievement, which is the fastest track time at the Eurosport Challenge. That achievement, if I went back into the gamer card, you would see show up there. So that's the demo to give you a flavor of some of the experiences that we're going to bring together in the guide, really with an emphasis on the platform aspect of what we're doing to offload the burden from game developers.